Alrighty, we're all done. We got the engine back in the car. We got oil in it. We got coolant in it. We got the carbs on it. We got everything set up. And when I went to turn it over for the first time, not turn it over, but do static timing on the distributor, I was getting absolutely no spark. Very strange. I had a Petronics electronic ignition system in there, but unfortunately no spark, and I couldn't really figure out why. So I took the Petronics out and did a bench test. Basically, I know it looks like a mess right here, but basically all you do is you power the hot side to a battery, ground to the chassis here, and then run a 12-volt meter positive to the negative wire of the Petronics. And you should read battery voltage through this module right here. Then this little guy goes on to the distributor underneath the rotor, and it's got 4 magnets in it. And as you tap it on here, your voltage should go from battery voltage to virtually nothing. So basically it's just cutting out the voltage there. This one had battery voltage here. The magnet did absolutely nothing when I touched it. So somewhere along the line, I've taken this out of the car and have it sitting on the shelf for a month or so. My electronic ignition module died. So that's kind of a bummer. So anyway, I threw a set of points in the distributor. Started getting spark, no problem, looked good. Did a static timing. Fired the engine up. It cranked right up. I tweaked the timing just a little bit and increased the idle to about 2200 RPMs and let it sit there for 20 minutes while the new lifters broke in. The new lifters broke into the cam, and that went well. All good. So then I took it for a test drive, and it ran pretty good, but felt a little underpowered. So I came back and I retarded the timing just a little bit. Boy, she livened right up after that point. So the other thing I did is I ground this big ugly bracket off of my thermostat housing right there, which it looked like this before. And that just used to drive me crazy. It's for an air pump for the smog system that hasn't been on this car in decades. So anyway, I cleaned that up. So took it out again for about a 30-mile drive, ran great. So far, seems like the low end knocking is gone. And so I'm thankful for that. The only drawback, or not drawback, the only thing that's odd is my oil pressure is between 50 and 60 PSI. I used the same oil pump because it was fairly new. It only had 7,000 miles on it, but I was getting 75 PSI before, and I could see that needle hitting 75 and bouncing around as the oil pressure relief valve relieved the pressure. I'm assuming, I did put a new pressure relief valve in there. I'm assuming the spring is just not quite the same as the one before, so it's not letting it build up to 75 pounds. And it's just holding it at 50 to 60 pounds. I mean, that's good oil pressure, just different. The other thing, when I got the car back together completely, I was just about ready to crank it up. And the last thing to put on was this braided oil pressure hose, which goes on a fitting on the block and then goes to this fitting right here. And I put it on, cracked. What a piece of junk. It set me back about 3 or 4 days, 5 days waiting for a replacement. But the new one is much nicer, much more heavy duty. Here's a picture of the old broken one and the new one. And so, yeah, we're good to go. I got about 30 or 40 miles on it. After a while, I'm going to do an oil change, probably 500 miles. But the other thing, this big hose that runs from the back of the block to the bottom of the oil filter housing, which is not the most attractive hose, but I have no oil cooler anymore. I took the oil cooler out. I did not put it back in yet, so I just kind of bypassed it with this hose right here. Used to be this hose went from the oil filter housing through this hole up to the oil cooler. There's another real long one that came back to the block back here, but I didn't put it back. I don't know if I am going to put it back. It was a factory option, and a lot of people are saying, you know, it doesn't make much of a difference anyway. So anyway, I still have an oil cooler line, a bypass line, but I don't have a bunch of extra fittings to leak. Here's a little bit of the process of getting this thing broken in and cranked up.
Okay, it's fired right up. We're doing a 20-minute engine break-in. Valves are a little rattly because I'm at about 30 thousandths gap instead of the 14, so that the tappets rotate freely. Let it run for 20 minutes, and then I'll adjust the valves again. But so far, so good. It's running smooth as silk. Okay, we're about 10 minutes into the break-in. The oil pressure is good. Temperature is good. Very responsive. So far so good. No leaks that I can see, coolant or oil so far. Let's let it go another 10 minutes. Okay, I adjusted the max timing at about 3,500 RPMs, 3,300 RPMs to 32 degrees. It was a little bit advanced. I backed it down a little bit, dropped the RPMs down from around 2,500 to 2,000. Pretty smooth. I'm hoping once I readjust the valves, it'll quiet it down a little bit. But we're about 12 minutes in, another 8 minutes, and I'm going to shut it down, check for leaks, adjust the valves again, and that's about it. So far I'm happy.